Carson-Newman takes down Anderson to win a 6th straight over the Trojans and snap a 2-game losing streak this year with Coach Mike Mincey. And Coach, start with Braylon Michael. Special performance on a special day for her. What'd you see out of your All-American?
I think I saw what everybody else saw. I mean, she just felt it, carried that over from Wednesday when she scored 31 for us. And then today did a lot of damage there in the first quarter, certainly in the first half. And she's been that way for several games now to where she really trusts herself. She trusts her shot. And some of them are really deep, but she has the capabilities of making them, and she certainly got our green light. I'm sure anybody that was coaching her would give her the green light. So very special player, and what she accomplished today, breaking a record, going over 2,000. We've talked about this over and over again. Just a super special player, and I'm glad that she's here at Carson-Newman this year and for one more after this.
I say this tongue-in-cheek. She only went for 12 in the second half.
Yeah.
If it would have just been her second half performance, she still would have been the team's second leading scorer. But I say that because key shots are made down the stretch by players other than her.
Yeah.
How important was that for you to see players like Campbell Penland and Keely Rogers, Skylar Boshears get big buckets as Anderson was making a run?
Well, that's why we won the game. Anderson's a good team, and they got a lot of size, and they kept trying to creep back into the game. And instead of us folding on the offensive end, because we've talked about it a lot. If you're going to win games, you got to make buckets, and you can't rely on one player, and we don't need to rely on one player. Yes, she's a great player, and she has that capability to go for 44, but it was in that second half, those 2 threes by Campbell. I remember Keely hitting a jumper down here, Skylar's bucket. Like, they all count, and we needed every one of them to pull off a victory today, and I'm glad we could get back on the winning ways and not get into a 3-game losing streak in the sack.
You give up 23 offensive rebounds. It does kind of hurt you at the end of it all, but you were able to stick with it from an overall defensive perspective. Ashlyn Crittenden gave you good minutes. Ruthie Mpugwa gave you good minutes. How important was your defensive intensity, slowing down Brittany Stafford for the first 3 quarters and holding everybody else to their averages?
I mean, for the most part, I was okay, happy. It's just we were just giving way too many offensive rebounds. I know we're a little bit small, and then when you put Ruth in there, we do have a 6'4" kid, but I burnt my second time out later in the first half, and we had to do a poll of like, where was everybody when that ball was coming off the rim? And we had people in wrong spots. They weren't, you can't rebound at the 3-point line. You need to get inside the paint. And overall, I thought we improved upon that. I mean, Anderson's, they can jump, they're big, and that's one of the things that they do a really good job is they get a lot of offensive rebounds. So luckily, they didn't score off all those offensive rebounds, get a ton of second chance. I don't even know what the second chance points are, but I guess they didn't get enough to get the win. We were able to pull it out to get enough for the win.
What's the key to making a 2 in a row on Wednesday at Tusculum?
Well, it's another tough place to play. And, we told them coming out of the Mars Hill game, like, it's great to play these tough opponents and these opponents that maybe have some mismatches with us, whatever. And it helped get you confidence back. Hopefully this one, been able to score as well as we did with different people in the second half, can give us some confidence. I mean, it's a rivalry game. The game here was nip and tuck, 2 OTs. It'll be tough as always to go up there and get a dub, but I'm glad we could get this win back under our belt to where the kids know, like, man, we're good, we're fine. We just didn't shoot it well on Wednesday night. Tonight we were much more back to ourselves.